Welcome to the Python Learn Together, Code Together. Now we'll see something about the looping techniques. These looping techniques will help us when we are going to develop some optimized codes. For example, now I'm going to show that in Python interpreter. For example, if you want to use these dictionaries, both the key and its value in the looping part, that means both the values at the same time, then that we can use in one single looping statement. So in order to define the dictionary, I forgot to tell another one method, simpler method. That is, if you want any dictionary, a equals to, okay, and now I'm going to I will just call dictionary as mydict. Okay, mydict equals to, and here if we now the key and as well as the value all are belongs to a same data type. For example, if all the keys are in strings and all its values are in some numbers or some integers, then we can use this method. But this method is only applicable for this simpler defining. That means when we know all these data types are same, there are some restrictions are there like this. Otherwise you can go with those previous those two definitions of the dictionary, the defining of the dictionary. So here, in order to simpler method is like we need to use this dict function, and inside this dict we need to directly write like, for example, now I'm going to write something like hp equals to 1 and del equals to 2, and next one is Lenovo equals to Lenovo equals to 10. There's some random numbers. Okay, Lenovo equals to 10 and something in text equals to 6. There's some random numbers. But here while defining the dictionary like this, we need to confirm that here these keys are of same data type. Here Intex, Lenovo, HP and Dell, all these are string data type, and string means, yeah, this is that's character data type, and here these are the values 1, 2 or all the integers. So if it is changed, that means one side it is some string and here it's a value, at that time it will going to give us the error. So this is easy, means here we are not going to use any codes or anything, but it is going to define the dictionary. Like you can see, if I just type mydict, then you can see it will consider this as the string and this as the value. This will going to automatically consider this as a string and this as a value. But if for example, if we have some variable inside this or something like some different things are there inside this, that means some different data types, that time it will give the error, because it will not going to know whether we are specifying it integer or string. But if all data types are same, then it will going to predict and it will give us this like this. It's the dictionary. It's a simple way of defining the dictionary. And in order to use both this is my dictionary. That means this is the key and this is the value. Okay, this is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. So in order to use those key and the value at the same time in the loop, we can use dot items method. That means the items method. For example, I'm going to show for a in for a in, and here I'm going to define mydict. Okay, this is my dictionary. For a in mydict, if we just type for a in mydict, then we will check what it will going to print. Okay, I'll just type print of a. Then you can see it will just going to print HP, Dell and Lenovo. Okay, just spelling around Lenovo and Intex. It will just print all those things. That means all these key values. It will not going to print its value, because you can see if we just type a list of and here mydict, we can see it will just going to give us the key value. But what we need to do if you want both key as well as the value inside this loop, that means inside the loop it has to print both these things, then I can use the dot items method. For example, for a in mydict dot, and here I need to use dot items. Okay, dot items. then I need to just this is the method. Okay, dot items, this is one my method. Dot is used to retrieve that method, and here items. Okay, then here I need to just now print the value of a. Now we will see. Now we can see it will going to print HP1, del2, Lenovo 10 and Intex 6. That means it is going us to give all those things. That means it's the key and is the value. So here key and is the value. It will returns the both the key as well as the value. So this dot items can be used in order to return both the keys and as well as its value. And this is the in case of the dictionary. But what to do in case of a list or in some other sequencing? That means in sequencing data types. For example, the list. I'm going to define my list as okay, my list equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, list has to be enclosed in square brackets. Okay, yeah. Now if we check my list and it will going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I iterate this using some for loop for okay, for I in my list, then if we check okay my list, then if I just print the value of I, then you can see it's going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what if you want both the index as well as this element? Here there is no matter of the key and the value because it is the list. So inside this list, so if you want the index, the one index and this the element second and its index value, both those in this loop or this we need to print both the things, then we can use the enumerate method. So that we can done by, for example, okay, here I have my list. So for I in and here I need to write like enumerate. Be careful, here we are going to define, that means in the for loop we are going to write in case of the dictionary we are going to write the dictionary variable first, then we are going to write dot items. But in other like something list or any other sequencing, at that time we need to use this enumerator first, then inside this bracket we need to type the list, that means list variable, or you can directly type the list. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, or you can just type the list variable. For example, here it is my list. Then I need to just print the value of I. Then you can see it will going to gives us the index here. This is the 0th index, 1th index, 2, 3, 4, and it will going to gives the value. So just careful about the that means the syntax here. In except the dictionary, in other things, that means in other like a list or in anything log tuple, all those things we can use like enumerate or enumerate. It is the first we need to write this and we need to give this list variable inside this bracket. But in the dictionary you need to just type my dict. That means first only we need to specify that variable, then we need to give dot items like that. Then the next technique is what if you want to iterate over the two loops simultaneously. For example, if I have any two list, then I need to use the elements from both the list 1 as well as the list 2 at the same time. That means the loop has to iterate over both the list. Then I can do that in only one statement. For example, if you have the list called a equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Then b equals to, and here another is okay, I'll going to define characters a comma, okay, yeah, this we will put later, a comma b comma c, oh shit, e comma b comma c comma d comma e. Okay, then the since is the characters, it has to be enclosed in single quotes. Okay, then here yeah, I'm going to close this. Now we can see that there are the two lists A and B. Now I need to iterate over these two lists A and B simultaneously. If we just use for I in B, then print I, then it will going to print A, B, C, D like that. But if you want to print both, it has to iterate over the loop 1 as well as that means the list 1 as well as the list 2. That we can done by using zip method. Zip means it is like in normal things. Zip, we are making one zip folder by using all the folders in it. Here also the same thing. The zip is used to use the different that means a list, whatever the list we need to iterate over it. For example, now I'm going to write for I comma j in zip. This is one zip. Here in this function we need to give what are all the list variables we need to give for we need to iterate over that. So a comma b. Okay, now I will take the value whichever the elements of the a, and j will take the values whichever the elements of the b. So now if I want to I need to print those things. So print I comma and j. Okay, now if I click the enter, now you can see 1a, 2b, 3c, 4d, 5e. That means now it is going to iterate over the both the a as well as the b, both the list. So we can even use some characters. This will become helpful in for example in asking some questions to some people like that. It will going to show the question and as well as its answer. So for that no need to write all the time just like question and answers like that. You can just type all the question in one line by using the comma. Those all the questions are separated by the comma and all the answers separated by comma, and you can just iterate over these two loops simultaneously. So it will going to give us the question and with this answer like that. This one example. We can use this simultaneous technique in some optimizing the codes. And next one is the reversed thing. Reversed. Okay, this is the another thing, the reversed. So for example, for I in reversed, and here I'm going to use reversed. This is one method call, and here range of range of 1 to 10 and 1. I think you are familiar with this range function. It is starting from the 1 and it will goes up to the 9. That means this value is excluded, and 1 means the length interval length. So here if I just print the value of I, then we can see print the value of I. Then you can see it will going to print 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is in reversed order. You can just use this reversed, because it is from 1 to 10 and this is 1, but this range will function will now going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but since the reverse is there, it will going to reverse that to 9, 8, 7, 6. So we can even check this one by using now we will just give some from 1 instead of 1 to 10, we will just give 1 to minus 10. Then we will see 1 to minus 10 and 1. Then I'm going to print the value of I. For I in range of 1 to 1, it is not printing anything. 1 to minus 10, and yeah, here it has to be minus 1. Then because it is 1 and the next one minus 1 like that. Now we will check what it will going to print. Print I. You can see now it will going to print minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0 and 1, because it is starting from 1. This is in reversed order. It is starting from 1 and it will end up with a minus 9, because here minus 10 is there, so it is not included. So minus 9 and minus 1, that means 1, minus 1, 0 and minus 1, minus 2 like that. So by using the reversed function, you can reverse these things. So now it will going to give us minus 9, minus 8, minus 7 like this. Then the next one is sorted. So for example, if I have a equals to sorting, it is something called a sorting. A equals to 1, 5, 8, like this. If I have something like this, then I can just use this in sorting order. While in iterating the loop, I can use all these things in sorting. That means 0 first, then 1, 2, like that. So for example, what I'm going to write means for I in sorted of A. That means now it will returns the A in sorted order. That means it will going to return 0, 1 and some increasing order, some sorting order. Okay, then if I print the value of I, it will going to give us that in increasing order 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These were the sorting techniques. And the next one is something special. Just guess what is that? Do you think we can assign some value to the variable in conditional statement? For example, if for example okay, A equals to 10, I'm going to define A equals to 10. If A equals to 5, okay, if A equals to 5, instead of double equal, okay, I'm going to if you want to compare, then we can just use A equal 5. At that time it will checks A equals 5. If it is yes, then it will give us the true, or it is not, then it will give us the false. But do you think we can assign something inside this if statement? Do you think is it possible we can able to assign also? If we just type A equal to 5, that means okay, now if I check this, okay, now I will going to check A equals to 5. Yeah, it will give us the syntax error. We cannot able to assign like this, but there is a method that is called as wilderness operator. Okay, its spelling is WALRUS, wilderness operator. By using this operator, we can assign even inside the conditional statement. That is by, for example, if A, and here this is the wilderness operator, A and colon equal 5. Okay, now if we check this, this is my if. Okay, then here I just try to print the value of A. Now you can see it is going to print the value of 5. But here you can see I declared A equal to 10, but here it is going to assign the value inside this if statement. If A, and this is the only one method we can going to assign this, like inside the some conditional statement. If A and wilderness operator, that means colon and equals, then it will going to assign that value to the A. In sometimes that means sometimes while writing the code, I think in C and all we cannot able to do like this. That means if we just type A equal to 5, then it will give us the error. The statement assignment is not possible inside this conditional statement. But here by using in Python, we can do that using this wilderness operator. That's some advantage in the Python. For example, just I'm going to show B equals to 10. I defined B equal to 10. You can just see B equals to 10, but using if, and here if statement, if B wilderness operator equals to 2, this will always give us the true. If you want to just false, then just give 0, because now B equals to 0. Okay, we'll check whether it will give us the true or it will give us the false. Print 5. Okay, print the value of B. I'm going to print the value of B. It will not going to print anything, because here B is equals to 0. That means B is assigned to 0. So 0 means it is false, so it will not going to print anything. You can check the B value, it is going to 0. It will going to override that this one, B equals to 10. That means we assigned something to the B using the wilderness operator inside the condition statement. It's also possible. I think you hope understand about all these techniques. Thank you.